Meet Iran's new stealth fighter jet, the Conqueror F313. If you don't own a stealth jet in 2022, you're not hip. The greatest fighter jets from Russia, Europe, and perhaps even the United States will have nothing on the Iranian F313 stealth fighter. After the revolution of 1979 and the ensuing Iran-Iraq War, Iran has always yearned to join the big boys club in terms of its military. However, recent years saw an increase in Iranian military might, or perhaps it would be more accurate to say potential. See how the Iranian stealth fighter effort is related to the conflict in Ukraine, drones, and Top Gun. A riot in 2017 made the Conqueror F313's new variation public. Despite having an obviously comparable design to the original, this aircraft, with Conqueror standing for the Conqueror, genuinely appears to be close to being ready for flight. The IAIO Conqueror F313, also known as the Conqueror F313, is an Iranian single-seat stealth fighter aircraft that was first revealed to the public on February 1, 2013. On February 2, 2013, as part of the 10-day dawn ceremonies, President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad and Defense Minister Ahmad Vadi gave press conference about the project. So let's dive right into its unique design. Iranian government sources claim that the Iranian Aviation Industries Organization (IAIO), a division of the Ministry of Defense, and IRIAF designed and are locally manufacturing the F-13 Conqueror in Iran. The canard configuration is used in the aircraft design. It is defined as a stealth fighter equipped with a low radar signature, low-altitude operating capability, and sophisticated materials. Conqueror has a payload capacity of 2 bombs weighing 2,000 pounds, smaller smart-guided missiles, or at least 6 air-to-air missiles that fall under the PL-12 category. Its wings are the big bad wolf in the room. Similar to what Boeing did with its bird of prey experimental aircraft in the 1990s, they have anhedral tips. The anhedral design is occasionally applied to fighters to increase stability, which is fantastic for quick maneuvers, and it is also applied to cargo aircraft to increase maneuverability so they can fly quickly and hard in battle zones. On the other side, the dihedral design offers greater flight stability. As a result, it is primarily used on contemporary airplanes. As with Boeing concept aircraft, the F313 truly has anhedral designs with bending down wingtips, which is highly strange and unusual. We don't know the exact reasoning behind this design decision, but it's intended to give the plane a high level of stability and eliminate the need for fly-by-wire controls. In a fly-by-wire system, the pilot's inputs for flight control are processed by computers before the corresponding electrical signals are sent to the Flight Control Service articulators. A test flight has not yet taken place. The so-called European Canard Plus Delta wing design, which is also included in the Chinese J-20 and one of the choices for the Korean KFX program, is another intriguing design decision behind this aircraft. Due to the Iranian Air Force's extensive employment of F-5s throughout the years, 2 GEJ-85 engines, or a reverse-engineered variation, are said to power the F313. Therefore, they are operating an out-of-date engine from a 1970s-era aircraft. The F313 is actually a relatively little aircraft, similar to the F-5. Therefore, this engine, despite being outdated and weak, could definitely still power this monster. These are the advantages that have so far shown that this project may be doable, but let's explore what lies behind the metal. Its bizarre design is the first problem. A major jet of this caliber has never been produced by Iran. There is the HESA, but it is essentially a modified and reverse-engineered F-5, and it is highly unlikely to build a separate fifth-generation jet from scratch. Although the size is appropriate for the chosen engines, the extremely small size of the aircraft makes it appear as though it wouldn't have much of an eternal weapons bay. It would have a weighted capacity of roughly 900 kilograms, which would only be enough for 2 bombs or 4 missiles. Let's give the Iranians the benefit of the doubt in this case, since they are advertising it as a light fighter or stealth interceptor. Additionally, the aircraft's nose appears to be incredibly small, making it difficult to determine the type of radar that could fit there. For instance, let me remind you that due to space restrictions, the Russian UB-1 MiG-29 two-seater has no radar at all. Additionally, why is there a FLIR turret at the bottom? Instead of a ball protruding from the fuselage, A genuinely stealthy design would include an integrated targeting pod or a thermal camera in the hull. Additionally, we must criticize the intakes. They are relatively small, therefore not much air will really reach the engine because of this. Additionally, because they are atop the aircraft, the distance to the compressor blades is straight. Once more, hardly the most stealthy option for an airplane. Basically, no S-shaped intakes, which is a requirement for any modern stealth aircraft. The Israelis don't seem overly concerned by this jet, which may be a lesson we should also learn. So the fact that this program director has not yet been eliminated by Mossad probably says enough. After listing the advantages and disadvantages, let's try to wrap up this entire narrative. What is known is that Iran has managed to retain its fleet of F-14s and F-5s operating to this day despite sanctions and extremely limited technology. They even make some wacky modifications, like fitting F-14s with Russian missiles, proving how clever and cunning they are. Additionally, there is the Iranian drone program, which deserves special consideration. They have invested a lot of time, energy, and resources into creating drones in recent years, and their study has benefited greatly from the donation of a downed RQ-170 American Sentinel drone that was in nearly excellent condition. The Ukrainian war enters into this at this point. See, the Russians have utterly failed in their own drone program and warfare, and they lack the resources or the scientific know-how to thwart the spread of Turkish drones. There are numerous allegations that they have brought a significant number of Iranian drones to quickly fill this gap, since their attack drones are largely still in development and have only been used sparingly. This is significant because Russians have a great deal of expertise in jet aircraft technology, from engines to construction materials. This might be the change in technology Iran needs to develop its new stealth fighter. Bringing this monster into the air may depend on the Russians getting involved in the F-313 development or really any Iranian fighter program. But that is just a supposition. But let's wait and see how it ages, and if I'm right afterward. The Iranians are undoubtedly technologically behind the other military countries, but they consistently show themselves to be quite cunning. Therefore, let's wait and see if anything noteworthy occurs in the future.